Roll dice, be nice, and stay tuned. This is the Live to Die podcast.
Jason just informed us all that he is...
Why don't you say it?
Yeah, it sounds worse when I say it.
Well, I'm a little... So I get hot, right? But I'm like a bigger dude. So like when I drink tea or coffee or whatever, and I'm like sitting in class, I'm like, I can sweat. And I feel self-conscious about it. So...
If it makes you feel any better,
I am also sweating.
Okay.
whenever I drink tea, I get like sweaty, clammy a little.
Interesting. Maybe it's the tea.
Maybe this is a tea
What
problem.
the hell did you serve us?
Well, apparently my tea has shrimp in it.
Oh, yeah. You served him shrimp tea.
I didn't serve it to him.
He
Why is
bought
everybody
it.
looking at me?
I have a question.
Go.
Have you ever gotten into an argument in which you realize, like halfway through it, that you were actually incorrect,
Oh, yeah.
but you just can't bring yourself to admit it?
Trent, that's called GMing.
So how
That's true.
does anybody like remember a specific circumstance in which that was the case?
Not a specific circumstance, but I can only imagine that I've gotten into some debate with Jessica and realized that I was wrong, but just kept going.
Yeah.
Sometimes to my own detriment, that later on down the road, she will bring it up and I'm like, oh, I was totally joking. This happened recently. Like I was going off about, who was it? Hobby Lobby.
Mm.
And I was like, why do you even shop there anymore? Blah, blah, blah. And like I started going off and I said some outlandish shit. And then like a month later, which was like 2 days ago, she started saying it. And I was like, I can't even believe I said all that.
Wow, I think that's called gaslighting.
I think it is. Yeah. Yeah.
I feel like that Google and having that so accessible on our phones has ruined that.
Mhm.
Like you can't just get away with that anymore. And I miss that. Just being able to completely assert that you're correct no matter what. Even
I think
though
it's also called bullshitting.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, we've lost the art of bullshitting.
We've lost the
We
art
really
of
have.
bullshitting.
I would once again like to bring this back to the game and say that everything that happens around this table is the art of bullshitting.
That's
That's
true.
true. Yeah.
Mhm. I think
also-
that there have
oh,
been
sorry.
many times where James and I have both been in the situation you're describing, and I can't think of a specific example because I've blocked it out of my memory. But I know the exact feeling of being like, I'm going to win this argument if it's the last thing I do. And then the moment you realize that you are completely wrong, and you're just like, well, still gonna win.
This does though also relate to those moments where you find out that something that you've thought was correct your entire life turns out to be completely false, like or just like weird. Like I heard a podcast where somebody said that it took them a long time to figure out that the Domino's sign was actually Domino's.
Yeah.
Oh, sure.
And so when someone was like, no, that's just a domino, it was like mind blown moment.
Oh, I had one like that recently, actually, because of Trent. That
Uh-oh.
is, I even hesitate to incriminate myself by putting this on a recording,
God,
but I'm
I
going
hope
to do
I'm
it
actually
anyway.
correct about this then.
Oh, no, it's just me being really stupid. So Trent was talking about his home state of Oklahoma
Oh yeah.
and said something about the panhandle.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And then I was like, whoa, it's called the panhandle because the state looks like a pan with a handle.
Correct.
And I was just sitting there realizing that I've made it like 26 years into the world without like hearing the Florida panhandle, the Texas panhandle, the Oklahoma panhandle all the time. And we were all sitting, and I had this moment of like, should I tell them that I just realized that's what that was about?
Hey. Do other countries have like a word for that?
But also it's stupid because there are some states
British
like
do, I'm sure.
Oklahoma looks like a pan because
Yeah.
it's square with a handle.
Texas
Other
has the
states-
panhandle too.
It
does.
doesn't look like a pan. The state doesn't
If you're
look
looking at a pan from the top down, maybe it does.
a pan that's shaped like Texas.
Well, yeah. have you ever seen a pan that's all jaggedy and weird at the bottom, like Oklahoma?
No, you need a new pan. Just get a new
Yeah.
pan. But like, so Florida doesn't look like a pan turned
Yeah.
sideways. I don't know.
It's
Like,
just it's the handle. Like
Yeah.
Just
the
call it a handle.
The
It's not-
handle looks like a panhandle. Does that make sense?
but like, then it's just a handle. It could be on anything.
But-
Yeah,
If
but
the
that
whole
sounds
rest of it
weird.
doesn't look like.
Then it becomes uncomfortable to be like, oh yes, the Oklahoma handle.
Anyway, I don't think that one was entirely my fault, but
Yeah.
The Oklahoma Handle just sounds like a really weird sports team name.
Yeah.
yeah, or like a
The
bar.
worst.
With my knowledge of Oklahoma, I don't think I want to think too heavily about what the Oklahoma handle would actually be.
Yeah, quick subject change. Cut the mic.
Yeah, cut the mic.
Cut the mic.
Jared, I'm sure that because I have kids, that you get into arguments that eventually you're just done with.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
So you just make something up to tell them.
Or you just use that parent authority and be
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
you know what? I'm older than you, so just trust me.
Like what? Give us
Yeah.
an example. Jared,
I
Jason,
can't think
dads
of
of
one.
the dads of the group.
I can think of arguments with my wife that were both right somehow.
Oh,
Mm.
yep.
And that happens
Somehow
all the
worse.
time. Yeah, and it sucks. Like there's no resolution. It's like I wanted to be right and I was, but so were you.
You didn't get to win that battle.
No, you don't win, really.
So unsatisfying.
It's almost like you have to start a new fight.
Or
Well,
hear
now
me
we have
out.
to fight about something else.
You could just seek catharsis and a better understanding of the person you're with.
See, that's lame.
Oh, come on. Okay, I'm gonna like save this audio clip and play it back to
See, that's how you win battles, right? there.
That's the petty that we're here for.
Actually, I think that's called microaggressions.
I am curious why you brought this up, Trent. Did you bring up this subject because you realize that Watson has just walked into a circus tent and thought, oh, this is a really good idea, until the circus barker behind him popped on a Gray Gardner mask? And is this one of those moments for Watson of realizing he's in the wrong?
That was my exact connection to this, yes.
Wow, really set that up.
Segway King.
I wasn't that worried about it at the end of last episode. I'm worried about it now, looking at this map and realizing there's like a lot more pawns than I thought there would be
So there are.
on this map.
Like, there's a lot going on.
Hmm.
And I believe, because I just listened to the end of the last episode to verify, that I said we'd start the next episode by rolling initiative.
That's true.
Mm.
So, you know what that means? Let's roll initiative.
Fuck.
Mine is way worse than that.
Mine is as well.
Natural 20.
All right, let's go around the table. Talk a little bit of initiative. I woke up early this morning and actually pre-rolled all of my initiative.
Oh.
You dick.
So I'm ready to go. God, I'm so excited for this. I really can't share that enough with all of you who are here with me today, how much I love playing this game. Because I woke up and I'm like, I could do a lot. I could go out and get some donuts because I love donuts. But instead, I just spent 3 hours rereading parts of this adventure because I cannot wait to play this. So I see some faces around the room. Drosharis, what's your initiative?
44.
Yeah, there you
That's a
go.
very reasonable number. Fox, you got an initiative for me?
I can't remember where to find it on Hero Lab.
That's all good. Trent, what about your initiative?
How
What's your
about a
perception?
27?
That seems really low.
It's, I rolled a 2.
Okay. Don't you have a very high perception?
I do. Well,
You're a wisdom-based character. It's got to be decent.
it's 25.
That seems pretty high. Jane?
I don't want to talk about it at all.
You have
I'm going to
to.
leave, actually. Have fun.
We're just going to put your character on autopilot.
Yeah.
Let's kill her.
I rolled a natural 1
Okay.
because of course.
What's that total?
And that's going to be a 26.
Only
I think
one
you're
word.
that person.
What is that supposed to mean, Jason? Jason, I have allergies. I already told you guys I was in a bad mood.
It just means that there's always somebody, and it was me in our game
Yeah.
for a while that just would rather not play because you have to use dice.
No,
Yeah.
this game sucks. It's like you get so excited to do a thing and you're like have all these good ideas and then you literally can't play because you just roll like shit all the time.
It's worse for spellcasters, too.
Yeah.
I'm going to make
Yeah.
the ground beneath this person explode. Nope, nothing happens.
I just do absolutely nothing. I cower in the back and cry like a coward.
I did get a 27 for initiative.
Okay, we got some ties. So let me arrange the initiative tracker here. I'm just going to go ahead and start that. Oh, put that at the top. Hey, Drosharis, what's your bonus to initiative?
Perception plus 24.
Oh, okay, so put someone else in front of you there.
Well, that's not true. Actually, I just forgot this.
Oh,
So when I'm making perceptions for my initiative,
yeah.
that's a plus 2.
Oh, so it's higher?
So it's 26.
So it's a 40. So you got a 46 total?
Yes.
Oh,
I just realized that.
top of the order, Drosharis. Wah, wah. Watson and Fox, who has the higher bonus? Because you two tied on your numbers.
I got a plus 22.
Plus 25.
Okay, so that's Watson before Fox. All right, we got ourselves some hilariously low numbers. So here's the deal. Let's paint the scene for everyone. Drosharis, you are in Grange Market, home of what will be the Harvest Festival or Harvest Jubilee. I've been using them interchangeably, so I've decided that in my fantasy world they're the same thing, and I really hope that in the real world they're approximately close. While exploring the market and looking for a place where you could hide a giant magical guillotine, you see a big-ass circus tent and think, all right, that's probably an option. Watson has gone up to check it out. You stayed at a distance, and you watched him chatting with some carnival barker. You couldn't really make out a lot of features, and eventually you see him lead Watson into the circus tent. At some point, you notice that Valentine has kind of gone missing, maybe sneaking her way up there.
She's getting a funnel cake.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah.
Can I do some type of perception to try to see if I saw him put on that Gardner mask as he's walking in?
Well, so I'm going to say that your initiative of 46 is you seeing him grab a mask as the flap is closing and putting it on. So that's what's basically going to kick off combat for you. So you'll go first. I'm going to say that you are approximately 40 feet away from the entrance to the tent, kind of off map a little.
Okay. So it'll take me, let's see, so
Probably 2 actions and change.
40 will get me to
Yeah.
the door.
Yep. And it's just a tent flap.
Sorry,
so
35. 35 will get me to the door.
Mm-hmm.
You know what?
What?
I'm just going to stay behind that guy, like outside the door and flank him.
Okay. It's a tent flap, so I'm going to say that it's not an action to move it or open it. So like basically
Okay.
you kind of getting there as it closes, you see it closing and you sprint your... What does that even look like? Because you are in your like day persona of an old man with a cane, right?
It looks weird because this old man all of a sudden like takes off sprinting 40 feet and doesn't really care that anyone sees him or not. He kind of knows that he's going to have to hide a little bit, but he also knows that there's a Gray Gardner following our storm druid into the tent, and that's more important in this moment to save him.
You like run over a child on your way there.
Yeah.
Get out of the way.
Hey, sports friends, because I know I got a couple of you at the table. 40 feet in 4 seconds. Is that a good speed?
Yeah.
That's a good speed.
I have no context for this. I just play role-playing
in
games.
4 seconds?
I think 2 of your 3 actions, 40 feet,
I think
4
like
seconds.
a fast 40-yard dash is like 4.4 seconds.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think the record is like 4.3.
Well, so that's 40 yards. This is just 40
It's
feet,
lower
so that's
than
more
that.
reasonable.
It's
Yeah.
like closer to 4.
God.
I know.
There's some NFL guys that ran like 4.27s.
So essentially, Dro is like an NFL quality sprinter.
Well,
It's like this old man that just morphed into like this huge football player and
All of a
takes
sudden,
off
you're
running.
John Ross.
Yeah.
well, the fun comparison there is, okay, so one, that's physically possible for the best athletes in the world, but that's also a 40-yard dash. This is 40 feet, which makes it more reasonable, but still hilarious to see a guy in a cane just wind sprint 40 feet at this. So you get there, you've got an action left. We'll say that at that point, it's just starting to close, and so you see there are several other shapes in the room.
While we're in that, I'm going to change my mind.
Yep.
So that I can get inside the tent and unveil myself to fight.
So
the 2 actions.
make it in.
And then I'm going to... Can I pull out my sword while I'm moving?
It is an action to draw unless you have quick draw. So you can
I
draw
do have
it.
quick draw.
Oh, so yeah. So the way
That's
quick
right, I
draw
do have
works
quick
in second edition, which I always like talking about, is that you can draw it as a part of an attack. So
Okay.
whenever you want to attack, the draw is a part of that.
Okay. So I get there, sword out, swing.
You're just going for it.
Yep. He has a mask, so it's over for that guy.
Really got to hope that you are not
Is
just
a
attacking some rando.
48. Good.
A 48 is good. You're not flanking, so it's just a normal hit.
Okay.
So let's talk about damage. So you rush in there. Valentine, you'd see that. Like, obviously something changed. Like, Drosharis must have seen something because you'd recognize
She's
that
creeping
body
in,
language.
trying to be all sneaky, and all of a sudden it's like, whoosh, old man.
29 points of damage.
Nice. Okay, that seems really reasonable.
And then-
he was handing me a Werther's.
So let's see. I don't know if
And on deck is a bunch of me. Next player who will go is Watson. But I get some actions before then.
Oh, good.
Jason's...
Fox and Valentine come in and everyone's just dead.
Okay.
Perfect.
I was just checking my sword. Everything's activated by crit, so.
Awesome. So you run in, come down, and just bam, bring the sword across him. Do you say anything?
Watson, run.
Excellent role play.
All right. So coming out from behind a crate, you see stacked in it, you see what looks like almost a child.
Ooh.
But you notice that as this child comes out from around the crate, it starts moving towards you, and its body starts changing.
No.
You watch like green scales start to come, like almost out of the corner of its mouth, start to just move up, almost Mystique from X-Men style, like rolling scales as its skin changes. You see long claws, extended teeth, eyes that are too big for its head as it works its way up towards you. And you notice that even the ground around its feet, vines and roots almost follow it around in the ground as the ground sort of undulates as it moves up towards up to Watson. So it'll flank over towards Watson.
Shit.
So between Watson, you, and the gardener.
I'm real excited that every bad guy gets to go in between me and my friends.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Look, I
That's so
pre-rolled.
fun. This game is so fun.
So it's going to move up with these newly expressed claws. So it's an action to move. It is an action for it to change its shape. So it's only going to have one action left flanking Watson.
I think we should just make our party brand just being very passive aggressive.
I like it.
I'd also
I love this combat.
like to note for the listeners out there, this little creepy child is still 10 feet away.
Oh, no. It's
flank.
moved all the
Okay,
way
I was gonna
into
say-
adjacent.
Oh, I just
That
did a
was
bad
going to
job
make it
moving
worse.
No. It doesn't have like extendo claws. No, so it's going to run up. You're going to have a -2 to your AC, Trent, because you're flanked.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Crit.
Natural 1.
Yay!
What?
I knew that was going to
I
happen.
cursed it.
All right, time to bust out the Pathfinder Critical Fumble deck. And the way I like to do the deck is I'm going to shuffle. I'm going to tell Trent to stop, but because we're on air, I'm going to really hope it's quick. Tell me when to stop shuffling, Trent. Oh, he's really dragging this
Just
out.
let it go.
Good
Just
stop.
let it go.
Okay, so he's attacking you with a melee attack. Well, doesn't really apply, but it's just going to be a miss. Funny Bone, you drop one item you're holding. He's not holding any items, so he just like goes to hit. Somehow tweaks his funny bone on the way in.
I
and
believe
just
his arm
whips.
falls off.
Yeah, I think that's what that means.
Are you considered to be holding your arm? Is that how joints work?
You don't do that?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Is this one of those arguments where you're wrong that we were just talking about?
I'm leaving.
So I know a lot of people talk crap about like the rules lawyer at a table, but I really love when I have a good sport rules lawyer, because the amount of time it'll take me to look that up and someone's like, I'm not sure you're right. That player's already like, it's on page 37. He is right. Here's how it
True.
works.
Yep.
Shout out.
Rory looking at you.
Thank you. We've got a couple players that deserve those shout outs. Rory one, Lauren is the other for being
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
the spell shape is actually going to go 3 spaces, move over 1, 3 more spaces,
Yeah.
and another one. I can go ahead and overlay that in the map for anyone who'd like to see it.
So I would like to make a request, since that
Oh, yeah?
largely became null and void.
Mhm.
Because it's my turn, correct? It's
No.
Watson's turn.
No, it will be in several other creatures'
Oh,
turns.
good. Okay,
Yeah.
never mind.
Fun.
So now it's going to be the gardener's turn. And with that mask on, he's going to use kind of a unique and special ability. He's seen Drosharis run in and attack him. He's going to lean down next to Watson. And he's going to whisper a few words.
Your breath is terrible.
So I'm going to need you to roll for me a will save.
Okay. The good thing is that's my best thing.
Oh, well, fuck you.
Jinx.
Yeah, no kidding.
Do we start out with... We don't start out with patches. Never mind. I'm losing my mind.
Unless you carried him over.
Yeah, I don't think
I
What's
have
that
one.
will
I
save?
do have a patch.
You do?
I have one.
I think I'm going to use it, in fact.
It's not that bad. Maybe you don't want to spend it
reroll.
now.
Really?
I don't mean, you don't know what the effect does, because I'll tell you what he whispers.
Uh-huh.
He leans down, just like, Your friends are trying to save you, but they won't be enough. You can see how scared they are.
Oh.
Should you even really trust their help? Look at them shake.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to do that. I'm going to re-roll this because that was a 3.
Oh, total?
You
No.
lose.
Total? What? Wow, your will is really low.
How do you cast spells?
All right. Oh, God. It's a little better. That is a 37.
Okay, so that's going to be a fail, but here's the deal.
Shit.
Any of your allies for a minute, or sorry, for 1 round, any of your allies who are frightened don't count as allies for the purposes of spells, cannot provide you aid, can't flank with you. You distrust. Like, he gets into your head and you
I
start
see.
distrusting your allies. If your allies are afraid, now if they're fine, you trust them. But like if they look afraid, you're not sure that they'll be there to help
Is
you.
Watson frightened? Is that what
No
you're
one's
saying?
frightened yet, but
Okay.
he's about to do some stuff. Because I actually forgot to do this at the beginning of his turn. I'm going to use his free effect. I know my hand's off the chess piece. But you're flipping all
Technically,
this
your
back.
head is off the chest piece. That does not count.
No.
No? Well, screw all of you in the GM. Okay,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
not fair. I did forget. I hope that you'll let me have that. So
Yeah.
at the beginning of his turn, though, he'll throw a stern glare at Drosharis. And he is going to attempt to demoralize you. So this is going to be an intimidate check on my part versus your will DC. And your will DC, Jason, is 10 plus your will save bonus. Rolling pretty good here. So in this case, my intimidation is going to make this a 42. So this isn't the roll. This is just a flat DC for you. 10 plus your will save. No.
It'd be 36 total.
36. So you are frightened.
Okay.
1.
I am not.
So
right, because you're a
bravery.
fucking fighter.
Oh, that's awesome.
So for our listening audience, what does bravery do?
Bravery. Having faced countless foes in the chaos of battle, you have learned how to stand strong in the face of fear and keep fighting. Your proficiency rank, yep. When you roll a success at a will save against a fear effect, you gain a critical success. In addition, anytime you gain the frightened condition, it is reduced by 1.
And here's that applies because you didn't roll, but you would gain the frightened condition of 1, and instead, it's
It's none.
0.
That's amazing.
So he sees that he hasn't shaken you. He sees that he got in your head. So he's going to try to get in your head again, Watson. Seeing that now that your friends have left you. Oh, sorry. He's French. Now that your friends have left you, I know that you can see how dire things have become for you as you are surrounded here. So he's going to try to demoralize you. This will be his second action. So what's your will's DC, Trent?
Which is
10 plus the will save.
Yeah, that'd be 39.
39. So I think I just failed, which would really suck for me because I really wanted this to happen.
So did I succeed on that?
Oh, nope. I succeeded. 42 against your 39. So you are frightened 1 now.
Okay.
Unless you have something that prevents that, a la Jason.
And this is a
I do not
creepy
believe so.
child who's saying this?
No, this is the Gray Gardner who's
Okay.
just sort of like using his presence and power, the power of the mask, the fear of his station to shake you. So he's only got 1 action left. He does have a quick draw, though, so he'll use it as he draws a sword out of his cane and goes to attack flanked Trent.
Does that trigger?
Nope.
Okay.
Good question, though. Actually, let me double check that none of those have manipulate. None of them did. So, Trent, he's going to go ahead and attack you. You have a -2 to your AC, and this is going to be a 36 to hit.
Oh, that just hits.
Oh, man, I rolled really poorly. I could have crit you easily. So, we're going to do just a little bit of damage. So, we're going to start here with the main damage from the weapon. So, that's going to be 15 points of piercing damage, followed up with some precision damage, and that's going to be 9 points of precision damage
So
on top of
24?
that. Yep. Because he does extra damage against frightened creatures. Now, it's one of the other little things' turns. So the little thing to over there, another one of these like little child creatures comes out and is going to run behind Drosharis, flanking him.
Did that
Yikes.
run through me?
No, he'll be able to just come in at an angle right behind you.
Oh, okay, I thought you. I'm sorry.
No, yeah. So he's just going to run straight up to behind you, and you'll see he's also going to spend an action, and the child starts changing into this weird creature. So that's 1 action to move, 1 to change, and then he's going to check and attack at you with his claws. Don't forget -2 to your AC.
Well, hold on. I don't. Because
you
I
have
have
deny
deny
advantage.
advantage. I am not flat-footed.
Oh, well,
You aren't flat-footed to hidden, undetected, or flanking creatures at your level or lower. So are they my level or lower?
they are lower
That
than
is
your level.
awesome.
So he's just going to come
All of
straight
your
at you
plans are
then.
failing.
38 to hit.
Yeah.
And so read me that ability again,
Okay.
because I want to see if I can still sneak attack you. Are you still flat-footed, or do you just not receive the penalty?
I am not flat-footed.
Oh. So I can't
However,
sneak attack
can,
you.
Yeah,
You're not
I'm
flat-footed from those things. I can make you flat-footed by grappling you, for
Right.
example. Oh, that's super cool. Well, so he sees that, so he's just going to do regular damage to you then. So these claws
You
come
said
out.
38, right?
38.
Yeah.
That's a hit?
Yeah.
Okay. Thanks for double-checking me on that, because otherwise I'd get it wrong. All right, so that's going to be 18 points of damage. And that is it. Moving down, another one of these little childlike creatures comes out behind the giant tented thing and is going to run up next to the one that's flanking Watson, just next to it. So he won't be flanking, but he's just going to be over there. He's going to take a swing at you. Watson, you're frightened, so that is a -1 to your AC. You will not be flat-footed to this, though, unfortunately. So he's just going to run up. That's a natural 20. So,
No.
believe it's a miss.
but he is lower level than you, so that doesn't mean that isn't a card. That's just double damage. So that's going to be 18 times 2, 36 points of damage. And that's his whole turn. The final, one last little child runs towards Drosharis, standing next to it. Dro, this will provoke an attack of opportunity as he runs through that extra space to join his friend, changing into this crazy little creature in the process. And you'll get to... Are you going to take the AOO, I'm guessing?
Yeah. So it's be 36 to hit.
That's going to be a hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
23.
Okay, 23 points of damage to the one that I've creatively named number 5. Because that's the number on my initiative tracker. Watson, it's finally your turn. You're surrounded by these kind of grotesque changing creatures. I have a little bit
Nightmare
of an image here.
daycare.
If anyone wants to try to describe this to our listening audience.
It's a little demon child.
With weird green claws.
That's
Anybody
one.
seen Pet Cemetery? Imagine if the kid had claws.
Ooh.
That checks out. That's a really good description.
Yeah.
Watson will say,
Drosharis, I have to get out of here, but I'll try to help protect you.
he will cast Stormwind Flight, which is a focus spell,
Ooh.
2-action focus spell, and he flies up into the air.
So wait, did I hear you're casting a spell?
I am indeed.
Okay, cool. Go ahead.
Well, would you like to take a reaction?
No.
Okay.
So suspicious.
So he will fly up into the air. How tall is this?
The tent is at the edges about 20 feet, about 35 feet at the peak.
I'll go up like 30 feet in the air, essentially,
Okay.
I think. And that is 2 actions. With the final action, he will cast Guidance on Drosharis.
Oh, snap.
So wait, does the casting the spell include movement, or does that give you a flight and then you'll have to use an action to
Oh,
move?
that's a good point.
Spellcasters.
Powerful winds carry you smoothly through the air, giving you a fly speed equal to your speed.
Okay.
That's so cool.
So yeah, I guess the movement would then be the 3rd action.
Okay, so you start to fly up. You notice that as you're beginning to fly up, remember how I talked about how as these little creatures moved, you can see roots
can
and
only go 20
vines
feet up. Yeah.
coming out of the ground around them.
Right.
You see them starting to grab at you, but because you're flying away from it, you can feel them like scraping off of it. You're barefoot, so they just scrape at your feet as you fly up into the air, but they don't quite grab you.
Okay. And I'm 20 feet in the air because that's
20.
my movement speed.
Checks out. Fox, you've seen a little
Brings
of
a
this.
new term to the Gray Gardeners.
You can leave the table now.
You said you had a hero
See
patch?
yourself out.
That's gone. Get that out.
No, I didn't have a hero badge. What are you talking about?
All right, Jared, it's Fox's turn. You've seen Drosharis just blitz up there.
Yeah. Fox is going to draw up his hood,
Okay.
go invisible.
Oh, shit.
Ooh.
So is that one action or
And
2?
that's
Did we
one.
know you could do that? Have you done that before?
I think I did one time, maybe.
Wow.
It's a cloak of elvenkind.
That's so cool.
And then, did you say you can draw as part of an attack?
If you
Or is
have
that
quick
just
draw,
quick draw?
that's what the quick draw feat
Okay,
gives
then
you.
he's going to draw his weapon and move 25.
Okay, so that'll bring you,
towards.
you'll be at 25, I think I said 40, so you'll be 15 feet away from the door. All right, that makes it Valentine's turn. You've been sneaking your way up.
Well, she's probably just going to go home.
Okay.
Honestly.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't seem like anything
See
good
you
is going
later.
on in there.
Makes sense to me.
Bye.
Stab that motherfucker.
No, okay. So,
Looks like you're 15 feet away
is
from
it
the
reasonable to say that seeing one of my friends run away, one of my friends disappear, and potentially like catching a glimpse of things through the tent flap, she knows something is
edge? Yes.
up? Okay.
Yeah, I would say so.
So Valentine is just gonna sprint for the tent. Just 30 feet movement speed, so it should be fine. She will also draw her pistol and draw her dagger.
You can use as the gunslinger thing to draw at the start of combat. Is that what you mean?
Yes.
Okay.
Into the fray is what this feat is called. So she'll be doing that as she runs in, and I think that's all I can do.
Can I just say that I'm surprised sprint to the tent hasn't been a
I know.
5K name
I thought it was a 5K
already.
for sure.
Yeah.
Sprint to the tent.
Did we just find a name of our episode?
We'll do a fundraiser 5K for the podcast called Sprint to the Tent.
Sprint to the tent.
Scary
5K.
people will jump out and try to kill you on the way.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
that into the fray ability allows you to draw both your weapons as a part of rolling initiative. So
Okay.
you've only taken one action so far, which is to move up.
Gotcha. Okay. So as she comes into the tent and she sees a Gray Gardner and a nightmare daycare going on, she's just gonna be like, "Oh God!" And she's just gonna try to shoot this Gray Gardner in the back.
Give me a what's your perception bonus? Because I want to
Plus
check
25.
something. Plus 25. So something about this gardener looks familiar to you, but
Oh
you're in the
no!
heat of combat. You don't know what that means. You got your pistol out, so you're just gonna shoot this fool.
So if this Gray Gardner looks familiar to Val, I think maybe she has just like a split second, like memory, kind of like a glimpse of a memory of just like if this is a movie, the camera will like flash to the entry of a giant grand mansion and just masks of Gray Gardners coming in, and she kind of like snaps out of it. And this is sort of like triggered by seeing this person standing there. So she is filled with rage and will now extra shoot this Gray Gardner in the back.
Shoot the shit out of him.
All right.
All right.
So go ahead and roll that to hit.
Trying to remember where all my...
Next on deck will be Drosharis.
Okay, that is a... Sorry.
So just runs
That is
into
a
melee.
45 to hit.
Oh, that's going to be a hit.
Sweet.
Go ahead and talk damage.
With this damage.
So what's it going to be?
Not a lot of damage. It's 18 points of damage
Hey,
on
take it.
this guy. And one more action, right?
Yes.
So just like fueled with this weird memory and a spike of rage, she will also just try to stab the same guy with the dagger.
Is this going to be your stabbing reload?
Yes. Reloading strike. Strike with a melee weapon and reload the gun.
Cool. All right, so this will be at your second attack penalty.
Yeah, that's also a 40 to hit.
Jesus. Yeah, that's a hit.
Okay.
So so Watson, you're in there, and she just runs in behind you, shoots, it stabs, reloading during the stab.
Through the tent flap.
Yep.
And that's another 17 points of damage.
Aye.
And the gun is reloaded and ready to rock.
Okay. So that's your whole turn. Beginning of turn 2, Drosharis, it's your turn. All of this just played out in front of you. So, quick little recap. Watson runs in, sees shit's going down. You sprint up, run in, get a quick sword slash off. A bunch of these little things come out of nowhere. Little children start turning into monsters, come out and attack you. Watson says, peace out, flies up into the sky. Fox no one sees Fox. Fox is invisible. And Valentine comes out of fucking nowhere, running in like Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 with a knife under a pistol. It just leaps 15 feet to shoot and stab and reload all at once. Also like Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Rest in peace, the 15-foot melee range of a tactical knife.
Right.
Drosharis will attempt to intimidate the Gray Gardner.
Oh, shit. Oh, Interesting.
Natural 20.
Oh.
That's a 46.
My goodness,
God.
you are
He's
rolling
scared.
rocks today.
Okay. Very, very interesting.
I don't like that.
So, you frighten this guy. I was double checking, like, can he be afraid? He has a reaction, but he doesn't roll a check here. So he's frightened. You said you rolled a natural 20?
Natural 20.
So that's a critical success. So he's frightened 2. I'm
Yeah.
gonna go ahead and note that down.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just
so
a
he
minus
just
2 on
like
basically everything.
sees this guy trying to whisper to Watson, and he doesn't even say anything. You just see his eyes, like almost fire comes out of him, and he just stares at the guy and kind of becomes afraid.
He did just get shot and stabbed, and then he just looks over at this like vampire vigilante, and he's like, "Maybe I made a mistake. Maybe I shouldn't have done this."
I also have a wonderful feat called Quick Reversal.
Ooh.
Let's see. I'll read it to you. Make a melee strike against one flanking enemy, and make a second strike with the same weapon or unarmed attack against a different enemy that is flanking you. The second strike has the same multiple attack of the initial and
Oh,
does not count
shit.
towards your multiple attack penalty.
What?
So
That's
you-
awesome.
So you just lunge forward and hit the guy, and
And
you
then
carry that
swing
same
back.
momentum. You just like reverse it, change the lunge, and just bring it back over your head onto the other one.
I actually
that's a
think what I
free
would do
attack.
is swing around,
Uh-huh.
hit the guy in the back, and then
Oh,
with a
wrap.
natural 18.
So what's that total?
That's going to be
Oh my
Do
god,
math
that's so
real quick.
cool.
32 plus 18 is 50. 50.
50, that's 50 is not only a hit. 50 is a critical hit.
Yes!
Ooh.
All right. So my weapon does awesome stuff when it's crits. I'll go through that stuff first.
Okay.
Wounding. On a critical hit, deals 1d12 persistent bleed.
Holy shit.
So I'll get that die out.
That's fine. I rolled that at the end of its turn.
Oh, okay. Wounding. Yep. D12. And then fearsome. Target becomes frightened too.
God.
2 can play at that game.
I am Knight's Wrath.
And then, of course, you also just do critical damage and get a card. And what is the critical effect on a sword? Because you'll also get that.
Yeah, let me check it out.
Lots of rules.
Flat-footed
Okay, and he's flat-footed.
until the start of your next turn.
Okay. Tell me when to stop shuffling.
Stop.
Okay, I appreciate all of you so much. This is a slashing weapon.
Mhm.
Bad parry. The target must succeed a reflex save or drop one weapon it's holding. It's not holding any weapons, so I get off scot-free.
All right. That's
Ah.
But you
twice.
deal double damage.
Okay. So let me
That's awesome.
roll this in Hero Lab.
That is amazing.
So this extra strike you did, is that an additional... That's still a second action, but it's at your first attack penalty, basically, right?
Correct. So yeah,
That's
so
so
I've only
cool.
taken 2 actions, but one of them is both were in the
That's so
yeah,
cool.
it is cool. It's really cool.
Does that make, like, if you make another attack, does it go to your third?
That's correct.
Okay.
But it lets him get 2 off at that crazy high fight
Yeah, that's
bonus.
awesome.
Guess who gets a bottle cap?
Oh,
56 points of damage.
Ooh. Is
What?
That's just the crit.
Wait, you did 56 points of damage on this dude?
Holy shit. Wait, is that the record then? We have the
I
damage.
think it was 40 something before, right?
No, I think it was higher than that.
Trent has it pinned. He can
I think it
check
was like
for us.
70
I've
something.
just decided.
70. That's
Where
not
did
fair.
I
That's
pin
way too
that?
high.
That's
Look at that.
You pinned it in our
Maybe it's
Discord
a different
chat.
game. Anyways,
okay.
56 points of damage.
That's awesome.
Frightened 2. I don't know if it ups the guy who was already frightened.
No.
Okay. And they are both flat-footed to me again till the next turn?
No, just the second one you hit.
Just the second one.
No, because the first person you hit was the mask, the gardener, who's the person in the miniature with the red cloak and the mask. And then you whipped around and hit the little guy.
I changed that. I said I hit
Oh.
the little guy first and then swing around and the meat of the weapon goes into the gardener.
James, you're calling us on Discord.
No, I wasn't.
That was me. Sorry. I was looking for the pinned message.
Okay.
and I
Oh, so you
pushed-
actually did that damage in
I bet
reverse. You
Yeah, in
critted the
reverse.
gardener.
Yes.
Okay. That's a very easy change.
Well, doesn't it crit both?
No, because it's 2 separate strikes. You
It's
rolled
one strike.
Wait,
It's one action.
read that ability for me again. Holy shit.
As a I'll hand it to you. How's that?
Yeah.
By the way, the previous
Record.
marker is a 117
Oh my
damage.
I was
did
at
that?
70. I was way off too.
That was Jared who did that.
Mm.
Critical on a spell strike, I think.
Yeah,
Which
I
is
think
just
that's right.
tons of damage. Okay, action. You turn your foes flanking against them. Got it. Oh, so this is your second action.
Correct. My first action was to intimidate.
Yeah.
My second action was to hit both of them in the same turn. The same action.
You're right. It is 1 to attack both.
So both of them is critted, yeah?
No, because you make 2 strikes, but it's 1 action.
Okay.
So it's a huge action economy of benefit.
No kidding.
Yeah, this is a really cool feat.
Although I think we'll have to double check that. I think it has the press ability, which means I think it has to be at your second attack of the turn. I'll have to double check into that. We'll look in. Fighters have a lot of unique things like press, flourish. What can you use?
Yeah, I'll
when
have
and
to
where.
look into that too.
But that's fine. For now, we'll let it stand. That's super
All
cool.
right. And then my last one.
What's it going to be?
Grab the gardener.
Okay. Now this is going to be at your third attack penalty. An athletics check against my grab is Fortitude DC.
So do I minus because it's my third action?
Yep,
Or?
minus 10 on your athletics check. Still should be pretty decent though,
29.
I'm guessing. 29 total. That's going to be a failure. You do not grab.
Okay.
You don't critically fail though, so you don't have to do anything weird.
Okay.
Overall though, big turn. Now it's a bunch of my turn. Now it's the one that was flanking Watson until Watson is flying. So now this one is going to take a 5-foot step forward towards Drosharis underneath Watson. And he will... Well, I guess they will. I don't know that the gender's super expressed in a creature that can change shape. So... let's go ahead and... Oh, man, I really wish I had more of these abilities. We're going to go ahead and just claw you. Probably do it twice.
Okay.
So on that first hit, natural 20. Yeah, I'm feeling really good about that.
Boo.
So that'll be double damage. Oh, man.
Low rolls.
Oh, it's really good. It's 28. It's going to be 42 points of damage
Wow.
on that crit. And man, if only he could have flanked you, it would have been a sneak attack. It would have been a lot more. Follow-up attack's going to be a little harder to hit. So that's going to come out to a 32 to hit.
Miss.
Yeah, that's kind of what I thought. That's his whole turn because he had to take that step. Now it's the gardener's turn, who is frightened 2 and has persistent bleed damage and is not looking awesome. He kind of wheels around where you stabbed him, Jane, and you just hear him mutter under his breath, Valentine.
Oh no!
Oh, no.
That can't be good.
At the start of his turn, he's going to use his free action to try to intimidate you.
Oh god.
I thought you were dead, and you should have stayed that way. So he's going to attempt to intimidate you. This will be against your will DC, 10 plus your will save. And that's going to come out to be a 37. Actually, no, it's a penalty. 35 because he's so scared. He's
Do
less
I roll a
intimidating.
will save?
Nope, this is just 10 plus your will save. That's the DC. What's the total?
36.
So 35 is what I got.
Oh,
He's actually,
nice.
because he's fucked up from Jason, he's not
Get
as
him.
scary. So
Thanks,
he
bro.
failed to intimidate you for free, which he's not liking.
Nobody
He's-
intimidates Val for free.
He's,
You got to pay for that.
he's going to follow up and he's going to do it again. He's just going to double down on it. I killed him. Now I will kill you. He was always the better of you.
Oh god.
What's he saying?
I hate this guy.
I can't hear with all this wind.
Okay, I rolled a lot better that time. That's going to come out even with the penalty to like 46.
Yeah, that'll intimidate
Well,
her.
that'd be a critical success, actually. So you're frightened 2, which basically is a -2 on everything.
Before you get too deep,
Uh-oh.
and this may be hands off the chess piece.
Sure.
Did you critically fail that demoralize
Against her?
against
No.
me?
No, I didn't
Okay.
critically fail.
Good. That's good.
Good, just checking.
You better not.
That's good for you.
It would be weird if it was good for you.
It can be.
It can be. All right. Anyway,
So you're frightened 2, and the way frightened is going to work is it's a -2 on basically everything, and then at the end of your turn it becomes frightened 1, and at the end of your next turn it becomes frightened 0. It just slowly degrades.
and this guy is talking straight up smack to Valentine
Mm-hmm.
right now.
Saying that he
This
killed...
is going down right now.
Yeah.
It's going down for real.
So he's had a free action to try to intimidate you, failed. Spending another action to try to intimidate you, which I think I can do. And then he's got 2 actions left. He's got that sword cane out. He's going to go ahead and strike at you. I will finish you off. I shall send you to meet your mentor in death. And he's going to try to stab at you. So
What
you have
a bastard.
you have a -2 in your AC because of your frightened condition. I rolled a natural 1.
Yeah, you did.
Hell
God
yeah.
damn it.
Love it.
Critical fumble deck's coming out.
Uh-huh. I'm going to make you shuffle that for a long time.
Shuffle.
Someone,
I gotta go to the bathroom. Just keep shuffling.
as long as someone else vamps while I'm shuffling.
No, you have to sit with this. It's okay, you can stop.
Okay. So this is going to be a
This
melee
is your
attack
shame.
on his part. Hand it over. Unless you succeed at a reflex saving throw, your target gains possession of your weapon.
So,
You took his weapon.
I
but
took
you're-
his
You
weapon?
have 2 hands, so would she just knock it out of his hand?
For sure, that'll be
Yeah.
the case. But first, what's your class DC? You should be able to find that in your character sheet.
Damn it! Something I didn't study.
okay, after looking that up, my class DC is 35. Thank you to the research team.
Yes.
These are important things. So he's going to roll reflex save against that or lose control of his weapon. He's got a good bonus. He's fine.
Okay, well, he sucks.
So that's him on his... Was that his first attack?
So he
That was-
doesn't drop his weapon?
Correct. But he
Why
just
can't
misses.
we get one person to drop a weapon today?
It's very difficult.
Are you saying you want
No.
someone to drop a weapon?
I would like for you to drop a weapon.
I'm going to make a weapon drop happen today. I'd like to
Uh-oh.
guarantee you that now.
I wasn't saying that's not what
I think
was
you're
saying
hearing
at
this
all.
incorrectly.
I think you're really misinterpreting what I'm saying.
We want you to drop a weapon.
Okay, you would all like for you to drop a weapon.
I think you're getting this wrong.
I got
hate
this.
this game.
All right, so that's the first attack. He crit misses. He's got 1 action left because he free intimidated, failed. Action intimidated, succeeded. Just whiffed on an attack, but he's going to follow up at you. I don't know how he missed, but it just, wasn't good. Crit misses as you are sort of parrying with the dagger, almost wrenches the sword out of his hand. Not today. And he's going to stab back at you with his second attack penalty this time. That's going to be pretty darn good. So let's talk about I don't really hate doing math live. Can we just stop playing this game? We're all on board with that, right?
No.
Oh,
Never.
well, poop. So it's going to be 46 to hit.
Yeah, that's a hit.
Is that a crit? Because your AC is reduced by 2.
Diggity damn.
Yes.
Is it really?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
No.
I'm so angry in real life right now.
Okay, so just go ahead and
Real
vamp while I collect
real life.
all of these
Val
dice.
is fine. Jane is mad.
Okay, so let's
I know
start
she's
with
fine, but
Yeah. Should just get stabbed.
the base damage.
Base.
4. What do you know?
Okay, that's at least easy math for me to do.
Is it?
No, not at all. So it's going to be 28 base damage. And then for his Skewer the Fearful, that's...
What? Skewer the fearful?
For his obvious Skewer the Fearful, he has.
Everybody knows about that.
So this is actually going to be a lot of really simple math. So the total here is that this is going to be 56 points of damage.
Total.
Yep.
Okay.
And that's his whole turn.
wow.
Now it's these teeny little changelings' turn. So the one that just... Oh, end of his turn. Bleed damage, because you did put that on him, Drosharis. He's going to take 11
Bleedy
points
bastard.
of bleed.
Hey,
one shy of
nice.
max bleed.
Nice.
Even though it's not my turn, can I yell something?
Yeah. Speaking is free.
So this guy, can everybody hear? He's kind of whispery. Can everybody hear what he's saying to me, or is that just me?
I think keen-eared folks who are listening could.
I don't think Watson can because
He's
he's
kind of a
like
creeper.
being lifted up by wind.
Sure.
Yeah.
I'm blind with rage.
Well, I think like Val would maybe know that Watson's being lifted up by wind. These two other guys don't know her very well. So she's just like going to shriek, like, kill him now.
Yes, that was the idea.
He is no longer
Okay.
bleeding. I rolled a natural 20 on his bleed.
Well, that's just rude.
Well, I mean, that's a good one for him to waste
Yeah,
it on.
yeah, true.
Okay, so now it's this teeny little changeling that's flanking Drosharis. He is going to attack you. Well, he is positionally
standing on
flanking.
both sides of me.
It's like people who say slap hands instead of high five.
Yeah.
It's like it is the same thing, but just let me have it. So, non-mechanically flanking. How's that? Flavor
that.
flank?
Yeah, flavor flanking.
Flavor flank.
sounds like
Flavor flank. That's going to be a drop from now because you're going to have that all the time. So.
Flank.
Yeah, we'll have to use that. Little flay flank. So he's going to come in and going to roll an attack against you. I don't have any special bonuses. Wow, that sucks. 29 to hit?
That's not going to do it.
Yeah, I kind of was afraid that was the case. Follow up, though. How about 35 to hit?
No.
God
Nice.
damn it. All right, feeling really strong here. 21 to hit?
Actually, no.
Oh, okay.
Actually, if that's your third attack, yeah.
My AC is lower on your third attack.
It's a courtesy thing. So now we've got the other little one who's over there. They are going to stride forward. They're going to step forward to close the distance to Drosharis. Just a step, not provoking that AOO. He's seen you take one, so he's going to be clever about that. And gonna try to attack you. I feel pretty bad that 34?
No.
Yeah, we're just not gonna do that then. I guess look for a 20. Nope, that's a miss. It's the last one's turn, the one that took the AOO last time from you, Drosharis. He's feeling cocky. He's going to try to provoke one again as he runs through his teammate spaces so that he can be...
Which one?
Yeah, that one. He's just going to... No, sorry, the other one. But anyway, he's going to run around and flank on the other side of you. That'll provoke an AOO from you, though. So, do you hit?
43?
Yeah, that's going to be 43? Yeah, that's just a hit. You're fine. Good. Almost a crit. That's a lot of dice over there. These little crazy changelings are having a rough time. I'll attack it.
Good.
30.
30 damage?
Yeah.
Holy...
Yeah, 3d8
cow.
plus 13.
Holy crap.
Okay. Well, I don't love that, but it's now Watson's turn.
Watson will use one action for essentially meta magic. He will cast Chain Lightning at
Okay.
6th level.
Nice.
So I believe this works. He can chain people that are 30 feet from each other as long as there's like a line.
Yeah.
I believe I can catch all of them.
Yeah, you can.
Watson's
Okay.
like, everybody hold hands.
Everyone get close to each other. Oh, perfect.
So here's the thing. The chain breaks if one of them rolls a crit success.
Oh, okay. So we'll have to do it in order.
Right.
Where are you starting?
So I think I'll just start here because I want to get all the little guys.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, little
And we'll
guys.
bounce.
Yeah, because we
bounce
got
to
some
the
ass beating and questioning to do with this big guy.
right.
Sure. I don't like the way that sounds.
So starting with the one on this, what I guess would be the east.
Yep, I got it. That's changeling number 1.
Correct. And this is
Is
a
it 1,
reflex
2, 3,
DC.
4?
I got to figure it out.
Okay.
So changing number 1. What's that DC I'm looking to hit, Trent?
A 37.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Oh, I rolled pretty good though.
Oh no.
So sorry. That's gonna come out to 41.
So that's a success.
Yep, but not a crit.
Right.
So I got a success on 1. Who's the next one in line? Point at him. Yep. So that's gonna be the third one that entered the fray. Got him. That's gonna be far worse. That's gonna be a 33.
That is a failure.
Okay, so got it. You know what? I got this.
Half damage, full damage.
Yeah. I got a clever little system I'm going to use now.
High level combat is so crunchy sometimes.
Yes.
It's just so much fun.
It is.
All right. And now, who's next? Easy. I know who that is. Okay. Let's check that roll. That's a natural 20. That's a critical success.
It's a crit success, so it ends there.
And that'll break the chain. He'll take no damage. All right, so go ahead and roll damage. He'll take half damage on one and full on the
Roll
other.
some damage. This is 8d10, I believe.
Holy shit. Remember, tip your wizards or druids.
That is 43 electricity damage. And with the meta magic, essentially it removes...
I'm sorry.
What are you saying when you say that?
Make it very meta.
Made of magic? I thought you said, like, I'm made of magic. Like, I'm made of magic.
like META, like
Got the magic
Facebook
in
has somehow rebranded itself. Meta magic essentially just allows me to ignore resistances to like this specific type of magic.
You don't call it meta magic?
No, because I want to be weird.
I'm meta magic.
It's working. Meta.
He refuses to to utter the name of that company.
Yes.
What would you call like a geologic structure that's flat and then has a cliff?
Yeah, but just because things are spelled the same in the English language doesn't mean they sound the same. There are literally words that are spelled the same and sound different.
I don't know what that means.
Exactly.
All right, so how much
That'll be
damage,
for the
Trent?
other podcast.
I don't know if resistance matters.
It doesn't in this
but it
case.
was 43.
Okay. So that means that it's going to be... You have one action left this turn. Do you have to keep flying?
The first action was meta magic.
Oh, okay.
Chain lightning is a 2-action cast.
Do me a favor and look this up when it's not your turn. When you're flying, do you have to spend an action to stay flying?
I can look it up. I don't think so.
I think they simplified that for second edition, but I know in first edition that was a huge pain, so I just want to check in
I have
on
to
it.
say, don't change it back to meta magic. You have to say meta magic. now.
Meta magic.
Of course.
I will only ever hear it as I'm made of magic.
Yeah,
I'm made of magic.
He kind of is.
it's true.
All right, so let me go ahead and just do a quick little bit of fucking math. Uh-oh. That sounds bad, Trent. What does that sound mean?
If you fly... Wait, where did I see it? You can use an action to fly 0 feet to hover in place.
Okay, so yes, it would have taken an action to stay flying.
If you're airborne at the end of your turn and didn't use a fly action this round, you fall.
Oh no.
How much would you fall in one turn?
And can he squish a kid and kill it by doing that?
You would definitely fall the distance that you have available to you. You'd fall at least 20 feet all the way down.
So that's okay in a way, because it specifically says that, if I can scroll all the way down to it here.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is high-level Pathfinder combat.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
When the spell's duration would end,
Mm-hmm. Sure.
if you're still flying, you float to the ground as with Featherfall.
Sure. Is the spell's duration over?
No.
Okay. So then you would fall.
Okay.
There's someone in his square.
Yes, he would then fall onto that person. Now, hear me out, Trent, because I'm a big fan of let's play this to have fun, and that's a rule that you weren't 100% aware of going into that.
Yeah.
Do you want to just take back adding the meta magic
The
component?
meta magic?
The
Yes,
meta magic,
I
'cause-
absolutely would.
As I said, in this case, it actually didn't have an effect. So you can spend that one action to hover in place. You cast your chain lightning, and arcs into 2, and the third one just hits dodges so well that it stops the chain.
Superb.
Fox, your turn. You are 15 feet away from combat, invisible with a weapon out.
Yep.
Oh my god, I forgot you were invisible.
I'm invisible.
We're like, where's Fox?
Yeah.
I move up.
Okay.
Right here.
Okay, oh, that's right, because you got fucking reach.
I'm going to spell strike chain lightning.
You will
Now
get
see,
lightning.
That's badass.
So let's see if we hit
So this person is flat-footed to you.
12 plus 30 is 42.
That's not only going to be a hit, because it's flat-footed, that's a critical hit.
Oh, dang.
Yeah.
Now, here's a fun thing. It's flat-footed because of flanking, but you see it react to you walking up. It doesn't seem like it can see you, but it does seem to sense you somehow.
Gotcha.
But you are flanking with Drosharis, so that's going to be a critical hit. Not a natural 20, so I don't need to pull a card out, but you get to do some fun stuff, I think.
Yeah, and you have to roll a dexterity 34
God.
for chain lightning.
Do you want to go ahead and pick... Oh, I rolled really good. 34. So that's I'm going to succeed, but not critically. 42.
Okay, good.
41, actually.
Okay, then I'll do damage, but then I'll continue to chain. So to the next little guy over here.
Yep, we're just going to start wrapping around the outside.
Mm-hmm.
I love this visual of Drosharis in the middle, like slicing fools and making them scared, and then
All this lightning everywhere.
Yeah.
Bam.
Somebody, the same person who walked by the Farmers Guild is now walking by the tent like, there's lightning flashing on the inside.
I have got to get out of this town. So you'll have your polearm damage plus half damage. Oh, we can go do saves everywhere.
Once at a
Yeah, you're right. Let's do the saves first. So you're going to jump over to the second changeling, the one who critically succeeded against Watson's, just to paint the image for our listeners.
I believe it says the chain lightning damage is the same for
It is,
everybody.
yeah. So that's why I wouldn't go. Oh, sorry, that's on me. I just have to roll again. That's going to be 35, which is a success, but just a success, so it'll keep going.
keeps going to the next changeling.
You just have to keep following the changelings.
Yep.
That one's going to be pretty good. That's going to be a 42, but that's still not a crit
Still not a
success. So we've got
Last
3
changeling.
successes. Last changeling is a 7 on the die for a fail. It's going to be 32, so that's a fail.
Yep.
So 3 successes and a fail. What's up, Drosharis?
So that last guy that you just hit, isn't he under?
Yes.
So you could go to the next guy.
That's
Yeah,
true.
if you have enough people, you can also arc it to the gardener.
Yeah. It's going to the gardener.
All right. Cool.
I kind of like that mini for Jasharis with like the hat cocked sideways.
Yeah, I like
Mhm.
I say keep it. It's a really good mini for him. Oh, God damn it.
Yes. Yes.
Fail on the Gray Gardner.
Excellent.
All right.
So the last 2 have failed. So 3
What
successes, 2 fails.
All right.
So you want to do
I don't
the...
even know how I'm going to start
So
to
you
roll this
roll 1
damage.
damage, and then you said it's all the same, right?
The
So you
question
roll
is if we
one,
want to roll
and
the,
then who takes half?
the pole arm damage first or the spell.
Yeah.
And it's a
we'll-
critical hit on the first person.
If you break your record again, I'm getting up.
Jason, you'll be trapped in the small room when we have the recording table. You'll just be standing there angrily
Trying
chasing.
to get out.
Facing the wall.
I do think the caveat we've established is that it's like damage to a single creature.
Yeah, it's
so
not
like you don't
total.
add up all
That's
the.
true.
So polar damage is 49.
God. Okay.
And then I need to do 10d12.
Oh yeah, it was a D12 that I rolled. Yeah. Yep.
So, low. Plus, what's 27 plus 19?
50.
40.
Yeah.
40.
6.
Yeah.
46.
Mhm.
So 46 lightning damage. That's full. So half of that would be 23.
Okay, so a couple people took full. And how much was full again?
46.
Jeez, Louise.
There's a lot of
Okay.
lightning flying around in this area right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, no kidding.
It's part of the show.
God.
Yeah, don't worry about it. This is just what the circus is
We're
like.
rehearsing.
These are like barrels of oil over here.
Okay, and then how much was the reduced again?
23.
Thank you for doing that math for you and saving me that time. Oh, that's really funny. That's the exact same there.
Is it an athletics check to drag someone?
Yeah, you're technically shoving is how I rule it.
Yep.
Okay, so went ahead and put that everywhere. People are looking a little worse for wear at this point. No one's like dead or anything, but that's pretty solid.
Putting some damage on him.
Yeah, good
Yeah.
stuff. Oh, and then I still have to actually apply that damage to that person as well. You really messed some people up here. You know that, right?
Yeah. That was the goal.
Well,
That was a good round for us.
Multi-target casting is phenomenal.
yeah. Boo on you. So now it's Valentine's turn.
Mhm.
Just bitter that everything got hit so
Just
hard.
Angry. Okay, so Valentine is going to devise a stratagem against this Gray Gardner who's talking a lot of smack and who we hate. And as part of devising a stratagem, she can roll a recall knowledge using the known weakness feat. And then on a crit success would gain a +1 to attack. But because she sucks at rolling, she being me, not Valentine, it's a 35.
That's a miss.
Okay.
Well, you don't recall anything additional, but you do recognize that this is Alexandris, your backstory connection.
The worst.
Oh,
Oh.
We'll talk about this later.
foreshadowing.
Okay, so Valentine rolls against
The song?
Alexandris.
The song Pony comes on in the background.
Gross. rolls not a recall knowledge, rolls her stratagem roll, but it's not very good. So Sherlock Holmes style is going to say like, he's not at the right angle. I'm not going to use that against him, and instead is going to turn around and take a shot at the creepy gremlin
Like the little
next to her.
changeling.
Yeah,
the one that
changeling.
ran around Drosharis to try to flank.
Indeed. So that is going to be a 33 to hit.
Yeah, I think that's the one that is. It's only frightened 1 now. Because it got frightened. Actually, no, that's a different one. They got frightened 2.
This one got frightened and this one got frightened.
Yeah, so this one isn't frightened. You said it's a what to hit, Jane?
33.
That's a miss. Because you're not flanking it.
Damn.
Okay. You got 1 action left, though.
Yeah, is just gonna turn around and take a stab at the Gray Gardner.
Now, that would still use your...
Can I still use the stratagem for that, even though it's a second attack?
The die rolls the same.
The die roll.
It's your first attack against the person or against the creature
Okay, then
that
she's
you
gonna stab at the gremlin instead.
do the reloading strike or whatever it's called.
Yeah, so when I strike with a melee weapon, I can reload the gun as well.
Cool.
So using the dagger to strike at the gremlin, which will allow me to reload for the next turn, I will take in another 45 minutes
Ow.
because of all of these evil little
If
monsters.
you kill them, it'll go by faster.
All right. Let's see how we do with that.
Second attack penalty.
Yes. That is, oh my god, also a 33 to hit because it's a 7, and with the second attack penalty, we come out to a 33.
That's a miss.
Yeah.
All right.
She stabs herself instead and exits the game permanently.
But it's notably not a critical miss, which is important for some reasons you don't know.
Valentine is very shaken up right now. She is kind of having like the equivalent of like a PTSD flashback, and there's just flashes of Gray Gardners and like blood on her hands, and she's running, and I think maybe like the last sort of thing you see is her like slamming against the door of a familiar looking clinic while there are fires all around.
Ooh. Well, Drosharis, it's your turn. We'll come back to those clinics and fires later.
All right. So
Wait, what?
What's in your office is on fire.
I'm going to use a feat called Swipe.
Ooh.
2 actions, and it allows me to let's see.
Look, if children's television has taught me anything, no swiping.
Sweep the leg. Oh.
What shows are you watching, Trent?
So you make a wide arcing
Children's WWE.
arcing swing, make a melee strike, compare the attack roll to the AC of up to 2 foes,
Ooh.
each of whom must be within your melee reach and adjacent to each other. Roll damage once, apply it to each creature you hit.
Cool.
A swipe counts as 2 attacks for your multiple attack penalty.
Is this a flourish or a press or anything?
Flourish, so it's opening, right?
Flourish just means you can only do 1 flourish a turn.
Okay.
You can use it
That's
wherever,
right.
but only 1 flourish. So like
That's
you
right.
couldn't, for example, then do your like double attack following this.
Yeah.
So 1 attack roll compared to both ACs.
Natural 1. Anybody
Hey!
want to give me
Oh,
a patch?
I don't have
No?
one.
You don't have any?
I do. You can have mine.
You sure?
Oh. All right.
Still a miss. Natural 7 plus.
Give it back.
Let's see.
We're flanking.
Actually, what
Who are you swiping? Because your bonuses are really... Are you flipping the 2 changelings?
39. It might hit.
Is it the 2 changelings?
I'm hitting these 2 changelings right here.
39's a hit against both of them. Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't dissuade
Nice.
fighters' ridiculous first
That's
attack
true.
bonus.
That's true.
You have the highest to hit in the game
And
as a
it's-
fighter.
Did I read that right?
It's
the
1
same
damage roll
1
against
damage
both.
roll.
Yeah.
Okay. 33.
Okay. 33 points of damage to both of them.
Mm-hmm.
Jeez Louise. Okay, so that's on there. You got 2 actions left after you do a little sweep.
1 action. That's it. The
Swipe.
sweep is 2 actions.
Oh, my bad.
Um,
Oh, I didn't even think swipe. Is it swipe or sweep?
swipe.
Oh, it is swipes. So my joke was appropriate.
I'm gonna try to intimidate the gardener again.
Okay. No multiple attack penalty on that.
It's pretty good. That's 43.
That's going to be just a success, so he's now frightened 1.
Okay.
All right. It's now the first little one's turn. That is underneath Flying Watson. Flank, well, not really doing a whole lot. He's going to... I guess he's just going to take a swipe at Drosharis.
Okay.
Not flanking you. You're really not helping me out here a ton. I really
It's
did.
almost like I built a character to not be in this situation.
Mm-hmm.
Boo. No, you know what he's going to do? He's going to attempt an acrobatics check, and he's going to try to move through Valentine's space to set up a flank there. That will provoke an AOO from you, Drosharis.
Where's he at? This guy underneath him.
Yep, and he's going to move through his allies' space, through the guard. He's going to run under the Gardner space, and then try to acrobatics through to the side so that he will flank. So you will get an AOO regardless of my success on that acrobatics check.
41 again.
Okay. 41 is going to be a hit. Let's talk about that damage. It's a lot of rolling. I don't like that. What do we got for damage?
32.
32 points of damage. Okay. So this, you're really spreading damage really wonderfully, just making sure everyone has a little bit of it.
Just a couple 30 here, a couple 30 there, maybe a 50.
You don't want anyone to feel left out.
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
I'm an equal opportunity ass whipper.
Yeah. Another t-shirt.
Okay. Jeez, that's awesome. Can someone look up Tumble Through for me? I'm pretty sure it's against Fortitude DC or Reflex. I think it's against
I think
Reflex.
it's against Reflex.
That's exactly right. So now this thing, Jane, is going to try to tumble through you. What's your Reflex DC? So 10 plus your Reflex bonus.
40.
Wow.
Yeah.
Plus 30 on Reflex?
Yeah.
It's pretty dope. Well, I just rolled pretty poorly, so I think this thing might just really royally...
Do I just punch him in the face as he tries to go past
he
me?
just fails to do this.
Does he fall prone or anything?
No, because it's not a critical fail.
Okay.
He's just unable to do that, so he'll have to move back, and he's going to try it one more time. That's a success. So the one that's underneath Watson will now be off flanking Valentine. So, yep, right there. Tumbles between your legs, Valentine, this crazy little weird changeling.
It'd have to be that one to not gain flanking from someone else.
Doesn't matter.
Okay.
He'll take flanking.
Here.
And now it still has one action left. It's going to throw a claw strike at you. Jane, do you have deny advantage by any chance?
No.
Good. I'm sick and tired of deny advantage. Is a 37 going to hit you with your -2 to your AC because you are... Well, actually, I think you're still frightened 1, so you have a total of a -3 to your AC.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which
That's a
is
hit.
still frightened 1?
She was frightened 2. It's now down to frightened 1. Is that a crit?
No.
Oh, well, darn. Okay, so let's go ahead and get just a little bit of damage on you. So that is going to be 14 points of damage. And then it'll also get sneak attack damage on you, which I'm really excited
We
about.
need to get in this tent.
Yeah.
And then 5 more points of damage from sneak attack. And that's its whole turn. Okay, it's now the Gray Gardner's turn. You are still frightened 1, Jane, so it's going to try to drop another frightened on... I'm going to try to drop frightened on Watson. Means I'm trying to intimidate you.
And it's frightened 1 too as well, right?
It'll degrade at the end of its turn.
So I have to roll a will save?
Mm-hmm. And he just kind of looks up at you. Even your friends up there, you small dwarf, I shall bring you down and bury you after I take your head.
That's mean.
So no, it's not a save. It's not a save. I make a check against you. It's going to be against your will DC. He's got a really good intimidate though, so that's going to be 43 against your will DC.
Which is 10 plus my will save?
Yep.
Okay, yeah. 39 is my will save, so... Or my will DC.
Oh, so you have a plus 39?
Yes.
All right, so you're frightened 1.
Okay.
So he's lost his sword cane.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, he made his save. He kept his sword cane.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. He's fine. It's fine. Sword cane out. You're still scared though, and he's just focusing on you, Valentine.
Who's you? Okay.
Valentine. And so he's going to take that, and he's just going, I will make sure now that I do not make the mistake I did before, assuming that you knew well enough to leave. Now I must ensure your death myself.
What a jerk.
So you'll have a -3, no, just a -1 to your AC because you're frightened 1.
Okay.
And that's going to be a 46.
That's a hit.
Is it a crit?
That is a crit.
Aw.
Right, because
at
it's 10 above your
Yeah.
AC. Yeah.
It's your AC plus 10.
Yeah.
All right. So
That is exactly a crit, by the way.
oh,
With
perfect.
my -1.
You have a lot of hit points left?
I'm not going to tell you.
All right.
Back off.
It's not too bad.
Back off.
So he's got the sword. He's
This
gonna
is not my first rodeo or fight inside a circus tent.
really.
We'll unpack that later.
Yeah, that's a later conversation.
Actually, in the sense of role-playing games, shout out to our friend Kevin, who one time ran a really stressful game for us that took place inside a circus tent.
Okay.
I thought that you would care more about that, but you're doing
I
math.
feel like
math
the
in my
story,
head.
though, involves you also getting into a fight, like in real life in a
Yeah, I
circus
was
tent.
hoping it
Yeah.
was like a real life story.
Well, I didn't say it wasn't.
Oh, okay.
There are a lot of circus fight tents.
So you're going to take 46 points
Circus
of
fight
damage to
tents?
start with.
Circus fight tents.
Why don't you just tell me the total, okay?
It's early.
Remember the 46.
First rule of Circus Fight Club.
You have to
Always
fight the
talk about
tent.
Circus Fight Club. 46 plus 28. So that's... Oh, Jane's just doing math.
No, I'm not doing math.
Okay.
I'm...
So hits you. Sneak
Uh-huh.
Skewer the Fearful.
Uh-huh.
How you looking? You still up?
Yeah.
Okay. He's going to attack you again.
Oh, great.
Just kidding. I'm not up. I'm not.
You made me do this. You should not have come back. Second attack. I think that might be a miss, though. How do you feel about a 32 to hit?
That's a miss.
Final attack. One last go. That's a 19 on the die.
You're lying.
No, that is. I got to double check. But yeah, it's a 19. Okay, so look, it's no big deal. It's just going to be a 41 to hit.
Yeah, that's a hit.
Okay.
I would like to use reaction.
Oh, what do you got going on here?
This is scintillating safeguard.
Mhm.
She's 30 feet from me.
Yes.
Trigger an effect would deal physical or energy damage to you or a creature in range.
Mm-hmm.
She gains 10 resistance against. I assume this is physical damage.
Yes.
Amazing.
She
So
can-
you'll take 10 less from this.
Okay.
So now I got to do all those numbers again. That's
You know
not a
why
critical
he did
hit.
that? Because Trent can see my character sheet from where he sits.
So you're going to take 19 points of base damage
and
and then 15 sneak. So that's going to be a total of 34 points of damage.
a total of 34 points. So wait, you said 19 and then it's 34 on top of the
No,
19?
No, that's with it.
Okay,
Yeah.
with it. Okay, so Valentine is negative 15 hit points right now.
So he stabs you and
Yeah.
you fall
She's out of hit
unconscious.
points. That literally,
She's out of
that
hit
whole
points.
round just took out all my hit points pretty much because I was doing okay before.
So he looks down at you, blood dripping off his blade. And we'll find out more in the next episode.
Oh, come on.
damn it.
No.
I'm so ready for my next turn.
The Live to Die podcast is a production of Live to Die Gaming. Follow us on social media at Live to Die Pod. Leave a review and tune in next week for more. If you like the amazing background audio and music, all that credit goes to Syrinscape. Make sure you check them out at Syrinscape.com.